Okay, I'm back, but yeah, a lot of things happened in between. I kept painting. My daughter rang, and I kept painting while I was talking to her. So um, yeah, I've come a fair way since the last bit of the video. So I'll just pick it up so I can show you. Right. Yeah. Let's see where I'm at here. Ooh. So yeah, I'm going to see I've done these other boys here. And where I'm up to is this one here. And then you can see that I've still got these couple to do here. Yeah, so I'm working on this one. You can see how I'm tightening those faces up. It's very sad, that one, eh? I'll show you this photo. They look a lot different in the photos, but it doesn't matter, right? But because I'm after I'm after the expression more than anything. So this is this one here. Where is it? Here, there. Yeah, it's based on him, right? So yeah, I'll keep going. Where are we at? What was I talking about? Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, a lot of these, kids that actually really worked and have been the base foundation of our industries. Just nobody really knows about that or really even thinks about that. And to me, just by looking at these photographs, I'm not too convinced that they were having such a good time. you know, like, look at these faces. And like, not much has changed when you think about the way people feel these days about the work that they are, I would say, trapped in these industries, and they working against the grain. It's not a natural way of living. And children should be children, right? I remember when I went to school, when I first went to school, it was like, that was the end of my world. I just felt like I was trapped. And the biggest thing for me was the idea of having to go every day. Like, the have to do it. Not, not having a choice as to what you want. Let me get rid of that. That looks like a booger. And to be labouring all day like these guys did. It's the same as the children. Like these are tied into still the children that were brought here after the war, from Europe, and they were put in the orphanages, and they were used as slave labour. It's the same, right? So they targeted from all that time. That was the whole, and same as the stolen generation, the Aboriginal stolen generation. It was for the same reason. It was to fill the labour shortage, because they'd anticipated that. They had anticipated the labour shortage, and they didn't want, for the industries to survive, they needed to get cheap labour, or, free labour. They'll call it free labour because it's educational. That still exists now. I mean, like, even with doctors, like my daughter's a doctor now, and they have to do their internships, and I mean, they finish up making some pretty good money and everything, but still, they, you have to work a lot of the time, and same as psychologists, they keep moving the ball, they keep moving the goalposts as to when people actually finish studying, and it's the same through a lot of the industries, to actually start making some money out of higher education. When is it time? I mean, it's even like that being here in the arts. It's like, I've been painting for years, and, like, people are still, want things done for free because, people just think that we should value, which we do, like, originally, value being seen, and you get exposure for doing certain jobs, but when does it come a time that somebody actually pays you? And yet, our whole world is based on the arts. Okay, where's the next person? Nobody really recognises that. Okay, this one here. It's a bit harder to see, but this is the one here. And make what happened, wonder what happened to each one of these individual people here. How far they went. They make us believe that we're going to all be in a position one day to be making money to keep us working for the industries, for those that own the industries. But you never seem to get off the treadmill. It doesn't stop. Unless you can find a way to work for yourself, which there are many ways we can these days, now that we've got the internet. Ways to get out of having to work for the man. What ignites a passion within an individual to take a course in life, a direction in life, that's what I mean. That can make them free to make their own decisions. You know, going back to these days, you know, the mission schools, the orphanages, the public schools are all designed to be working for those in power, to make them money. That's what we're doing. Using up the resources for those who assume that they have the rights to resources. And nowadays even water, right? Now we've even got to buy the water. We can't even just, I mean, you know, you can't even just go down the street and get a drink out of a tap, right? You have to buy it in a bottle. We've been led to believe that, you know, our water, you know, needs all this treatment and everything, but that's actually poisoning us with all the fluoride and shit that they put in it. We can't just go and, get a drink of water, for Christ's sake. We used to just go to the tap and get a drink out of the hose, right? And then I think it was, I don't know what the name of the CEO of Nestles is this? Nestles, the CEO of that, like, years ago I remember seeing it, you know, how he was on about how we should be paying for our water. Even to get a drink of water, we've got to work our asses off. You know, and being illegal to even not have money in your pocket is illegal, you know. You know, like homelessness has become illegal in America. I don't know whether if that's the case here yet. But generally, whatever happens in America ends up happening here. So, you know, these paintings that I do are generally, usually are only about our freedoms or lack of. And, you know, look what it does to our children. And we wonder why we have all these issues of drug abuse and everything. I mean, a lot of people being forced into situations as well, you know, like not having power over themselves, over what they do with their lives. And, you know, like it even comes down to what one does. Even their bodies are not their own, you know, being forced to be immunised and forced to have sex even, you know. And we know that that's not, you know, that's not restricted to just girls being forced to have sex. You know, I remember thinking as a young girl that, you know, boys were lucky because they didn't have to, you know, endure that. But they, you know, in all reality, they did, right? There were worse things. And I used to be, but I was thankful that, you know, I was a girl, I didn't have to go to war and get shot up. But nowadays that's changed as well. Even the girls have got to go and get shot up too. You know, fighting wars that are just nothing to do with us. People don't even know what it's about, what the wars are about. yeah, just this whole lack of self-control, having to work for this system that doesn't really work for us. It works for someone else. Those people in power, those that are running the countries. It's time that it's changed. It's time for it to change, because this is not ethical. Is it? It is not. Makes you wonder, like, yeah, who really is in control? Need a bit more paint. Okay, last one. Where's it? Somebody made a picture of him, so I just kind of just make him up a bit. There's just pictures, like, yeah, you can hardly see him, so where are we? There. Where is he? Can you see? Ah, there. There. So you can hardly see him. So I just kind of have to improvise a little. Well, I do anyway. No, it's not important. Although I reckon that these kids would like to be recognised as who they are. I've got the list of names, but even that, like all the names aren't there. But some of them, I think it's the first 4 or 5 that they've got names for. All right. Okay. All right, let's stand back from this and have a look. Where are we? Still stuck to the cord, right? I'll just pull this out at the moment. I still have enough charge on there. Put back here. Anyway, that's how it is at the moment. That's what we're up to. So tomorrow, I'll come and do some more. Hang on, let me take this damn thing off here. Have a look at this properly. Just a minute. Yeah. So tomorrow I'll come and put on some highlights, and I've got to I'll define the weeds and the wheat. I'm trying to hold this right, but I'm not doing a very good job of that. Sorry. Good look at their faces. So there you go. So I'll do another video if you want to still see more, see where I get to. I'll see you again tomorrow.